This mansion at one point was known as the White House of the North.
Built in 1808, then later rebuilt in the 1820s, the LeRay Mansion has stood the test of time for 200 years. It began as the main estate of one of Northern New York's greatest benefactors, James LeRay de Chaumont.
James LeRay is often referred to as the father of Northern New York. He understood the importance of investing in communities in order to make his development efforts successful.
While James LeRay is well known for investing in land in Northern New York, his family is famous for contributing to the American Revolution.
The LeRay family donated, and also loaned ships and men and uniforms and other material to the American Revolutionary cause. And at the end of the war, they also invested in continental dollars. But as the U.S. Continental Congress went bankrupt at the end of the American Revolution, it became clear that there was going to be no option to repay the LeRay family. As a result, James LeRay, the son of Jacques, took what was remaining of the family fortune and decided he would attempt to make back the family money by investing in land along with his brother-in-law and other partners in Northern New York.
The LeRay Mansion is one of James LeRay's earliest investments. Originally located in the village of LeRaysville, it was where he spent most of his time while in America.
James LeRay first came to the estate in the 1808 time period. And he also brought his daughter and her new husband, Thérèse LeRay de Gavello, and her husband, Hippolyte, the Marquis de Gavello. Their first child was born here and sadly passed away here from smallpox.
It's not the only place where members of the LeRay family lived. Relatives also built homes in other parts of Northern New York.
His son, Vincent, for whom the village of Cape Vincent is named, built a mansion in Cape Vincent, a beautiful stone mansion that still exists today. And because the trip to Cape Vincent took a while from Leraysville, here at the time, they also invested in a home and a tavern at the crossing of the Chaumont River in the village that's now known as Chaumont, which of course is their family name.
LeRay stayed in the mansion until 1836, when he settled his estate. The mansion was bought and sold from family to family until Fort Drum expanded into Leraysville.
In 1940, when Fort Drum expanded, the mansion and the estate was included in the eminent domain takings as part of the plan for the enlarged training areas. The mansion at that time had just been restored by Colonel Harold Remington and his wife Margaret, and they were devastated by the idea that the mansion would be taken. But they didn't have a choice in the matter. They fought about it in court, but ultimately the Army took the property.
Today, the mansion has been converted to serve a dual purpose, inviting the public to pay a visit while working to preserve the history of the house and Fort Drum land.
We are extremely grateful to Lieutenant General Walter Pyatt, who was our division commander here at the time, because he made the decision to make the LeRay Mansion Historic District the home of our natural and cultural resources programs. So we've moved the cultural resources offices to 2 of the bedrooms upstairs. The rest of the mansion is open as a museum and also is available for social gatherings. Rachel's house, the quarters for the enslaved members of the household, is becoming the main offices for our archaeological survey. And the Historic Land Office is going to be the home of our archaeological collections. And the Farm Manager's Cottage is going to become a small event space and natural resources education area.
Thanks to the Fort Drum Cultural Resources Program, the history of the LeRay Mansion remains preserved and intact for the public to see.
It's an incredible privilege to be able to come to work at a place like LeRay Mansion. And since we've opened it in 2018, we've received tremendous appreciation and gratitude from people, not just within the Fort Drum community, but from throughout Northern New York. And I don't know how many times, especially elderly people, have said to me, I've lived in this region for 60 years or 80 years, and I've heard about the mansion, but I've never had a chance to actually visit before. The mansion is currently available Also for Fort Drum families who want to host and appreciate special events here, or military units that maybe want to have a holiday luncheon or a family readiness group meeting. And I can tell you, this building is really, really busy heading into the holiday season.
In Fort Drum for WPBS Weekly, I'm Luke Smith.